Hello. Hey guys. How are you? Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I was rushing around. I was trying to upload the last question and I couldn't get it to work. So we're just gonna go ahead and do it anyways. Um, yeah, so what are you guys up to this evening? Hi, Shar. Hi, Jennifer. I said hi to some of you all, but still. Hi, Woofy and Elizabeth and Bryn. So many awesome people in here. Um, yeah. I'm going to wait a minute before I start with the questions. I just want to chat with you guys. Hey, Coat of Many Colors. Hey, Dave G. Hello, Dylan. I hope y'all are doing good. I filmed another members only vlog. And it's like 6 minutes long. It's a bunch of random stuff. I'm going to put that up tonight. So, yeah. And I meant to be doing them more often, like more than weekly, at least a couple times a week, but I have not. Oh, hey, Meg. Chitty chatty. I always want to, I always see the chitty chatty. But yeah, I meant to do members only stuff a little bit more often than once a week, and I will be doing that. I think, YouTube can just be kind of overwhelming sometimes, and there's not enough time to do everything. I have to hang my new backdrop up. This one will make a return, but I have a pretty one that I want to hang up soon. Hey, Mark Klein. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Love you, friend. Oh, thank you, Coat of Many Colors. This is one of my favorite dresses of all time. I got it on Amazon for like $15, but I love the fit. And hold on just a second. Hold on just a second, you guys. Bentley woke up from his nap, so let me go. Hold on. Okay. Let me see what I missed. I do have my phone in front of me. But I have to mess with this anyways. I'm not even going to watch that one. Mom's work never ends. Ain't that the truth? Let's see. Hi, Cassie. So, yeah, didn't miss too much. Hi, Sammy. Unsolved with Barb Smith. Hi. Is everyone in chat keeping up with Summer Wells? I'm obsessed right now. Oh, my gosh. So, I was going to do a video of the stuff that I had gathered from Facebook again on that case, even maybe a live. I grabbed a bunch of screenshots from groups and, from her dad's Facebook and just from a bunch of different places. I don't know if I'm going to upload that or if I'll wait until Saturday, because on Saturday there's a memorial for her. And I actually have a friend that lives in the area and who's going to the memorial, and she's going to join me on the channel so we can talk about it. So, yeah, I'm excited for that. But I'm sure you guys know more about that case than I do, because I haven't done the kind of research I like to do if I'm really talking about a case and giving details. But I will be looking into it all week. And if you guys see anything interesting, send it to me. My email's in the description. Yeah. So I would so go to the memorial. I know, I would too. I really would. Okay. I'm wondering where I should start on these questions. So I made a post to send in some questions. I did get some in email, and I got some through many different platforms and stuff. So I screenshot. I did cover up all names and icons because, even though there were none that were mean, just because I told you guys I was going to delete them, as I got them, I thought, at first I wasn't even going to do that. And I was talking to a friend of mine and she said, no, you did say you were going to delete them. So you probably should cover up the names and stuff. So yeah. Go live with you over this case, not today, but one day. Yeah, that'd be awesome, Meg. You could come on with me one day, come on Saturday and chat about it. I would love to have people who are following really closely to get their opinions and all of that. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay. So there were no questions actually about other creators except one, and I did keep it because I thought, why not? It's not bad or disrespectful. So the first question is about Lana. Am I still texting with her, talking to her? No, I haven't talked to her for a while, probably a month or longer. And it wasn't planned for her to come on the panel the other day with Melissa and I, but it's okay because it was about her. So I think that we have to, allow her the chance to respond and stuff. And I don't have any hard feelings towards her or anything like that. So yeah. Now that was really the only one about with someone else's name in it. Okay. And I did want to get it out of the way just to let you guys know that was not planned. It just happened the way it happened. Okay. The second one, what is your favorite go-to sinful pleasure munchie? And are you a sweet or savory girl? Oh my gosh, I am obsessed with sugar. I love sour candy. Like that's my top thing. And I go back and forth with different favorites. I love sour Starburst right now. I love those Nerds gummy things. I just love all sour candy. So yeah. Who doesn't love sour candy? I will eat sour candy so much that my mouth will have blisters in it. So yeah. Sour punch straws. They have these. I got some for the boys. They're sour punch straws. Hi, Ginger. But they are made to go in your drinks. They're pretty big, and you put them in your drinks and drink with them. They're huge. The other ones can go in your drinks, but these ones are like, I don't know, bigger than the bottom of this. They're huge, and they're really good. Let me make notes first and tell me what is and isn't okay to say, meaning only facts are my opinion. You know what, Meg? I am not the channel that's like stick to the facts because I really love to chat about my opinions, your opinions. I just think the most important thing there is to be very clear about this is my opinion or this is a fact. And I think if we do that, we're okay. Hey, Nikki. Oh, I saw your message. I hadn't opened it, but don't you worry. You are okay. We have mods in here, and I just hope you feel better. Just worry about getting better. Yeah, email me, Meg. Hey, Teresa. Email me. I would love that. Hey, Danielle. Teresa, oh my gosh, you guys have had some really good interviews with the summer case. So cool. I love getting content like that. Caramel apple lollipops. Oh, I remember those when I was a kid. I love those. They're super good. Okay. How old were you when you became addicted to harder drugs, and how long has it been? Well, I don't know. By the time I was like a senior in high school, I was doing Oxycontin. Before I was like doing daily, like heroin daily or something. It was my early 20s, and this summer makes 5 years since I've quit. So yeah, but on to the next. Just wondering if you may be having more mediums or tarot card readers, as I found it so interesting. Lots of love to you, and lots of love to you too. Yeah, I want to definitely. I would love to have another person come on here and just kind of go through unsolved cases or whatever. I had so much fun with Mystical Mermaid, and hearing her opinions on all these cases and stuff is awesome. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. A lot of people are sucked into that case. I mean, I'm happy to see it because we see all the time cases that are not getting enough attention. And I think, if every YouTube channel or in every Facebook group, and if they're talking about these cases, then that's more ears and more eyes, and it's a good thing. I love it. There's a lot of people sucked into that case, so I have seen that a lot and had a lot of questions about it too. I actually had reached out to the dad myself quite a while. A friend requested him, and it took him a while to accept it. And when he did, I had reached out to him, and I haven't gotten an answer, but I know that he's been on other platforms, and that's okay as long as we get the answers, or I love Mystical Mermaid too. I didn't see what Angelina said. Oh, I didn't know if I missed something. Okay. I got choked up watching the interview with the mother. My 2 kids. So yeah, I actually got messages about that live. Um, yeah, telling me to go watch it, and it was so good and stuff. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for saying I was awesome and professional. I appreciate that. So what do I think about Scott Peterson? I'll start there. I remember when everything happened, like when his case happened, when Lacey and Connor and all, when they passed away. And I remember thinking, like, how bizarre. He was just so attractive. And it's really hard to see someone that is really, for some reason, like, we want to think that murderers are like scary. I don't know. Even they tell you in school, stranger danger, not just the scary looking people, but all of them. But it's still hard to comprehend. So um, once I heard the phone calls and stuff with Amber, I started to look at him differently. And it hasn't been until recently that I thought he could be anything other than a monster. Now, some of the things I've heard about his case, I just don't know. I don't know. I'll be excited to see what happens as far as that goes. Angelina, thank you so much. The Wells case. Yeah, that's the one that we were talking about. Okay, so the next question there was, what do I use on my face? I'll answer that. Oh my gosh, I'm a makeup and skincare like junkie. I have way too much makeup and way too much skincare. I use a lot of different stuff, but I will say, and I like to try different stuff, but I'm a sucker for a sheet mask. I love a roller, like a jade roller or a something like that. I have a really nice one I got from BoxyCharm, their big box. But I always want to use a retinol every other day, and L'Oreal has a great one it's like $25. And a lot of times skincare is better to buy, from not really drugstore or Sephora, mainly from like websites and independent companies. You'll get the best deal with the best ingredients. But L'Oreal has a great retinol. And I'll show that to you sometime if you want to know. Then also retinol every other day, vitamin C serum every other day. I like to use an exfoliator. I'll use chemical and physical. But I love a good like BHA glycolic acid toner. After I wash my face, I'll do a toner. I like sheet mask. I like all that stuff. So I try a bunch of different stuff. That L'Oreal is one of my favorite new things. I want to know your favorite and least favorite part of having a YouTube channel. My favorite part is like all the friends that, you guys talking to people that are also into the same things. Before I started a YouTube channel, I was watching YouTube. So I kind of felt like I was having that kind of communication, but it's not the same until you actually have the channel and you have all these people which I guess if you're in a lot of chats and stuff, you're getting that interaction. So I love that. The least favorite part is I'm a trusting person and I really try to see the good in people. And I've learned that there's like a lot of bad people out there who would love to hurt you, humiliate you, take advantage of you, stab you in the back, all of that. That's been really hard to comprehend. And, yeah. And I think it's hard also when people have an idea made up about you, who you are, your life, and all of that before they don't even hear your side, see your channel, nothing. Their people are making up their minds about things without ever hearing the other side. I'm totally opposite of that. Like when it came to the election, I'm not one of those people like I don't trust this network, that network. I want to see everything, right? And then decide. But some people, they trust who they're watching or whatever, and they don't want to do that. Okay, let me go back for a second. Being a mod for a long time taught me not to take sides. I think you're a genuine, solid person. Keep you. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Trying out beauty products. That would be cool. I honestly thought I would start a beauty channel at first, but if you're going to do like makeup tutorials, trying products, reviews, any of that, you need top-notch equipment because the shots that they're getting of the makeup, of the products, it's just editing and equipment I didn't have. And I've always been into true crime. So, yeah. Thank you, Coat of Many Colors. I appreciate that. Hi, Moonchild Pink. Thank you, Meg. I appreciate that as well. I'm a makeup lover as well. Cool. I love that. What's my favorite time of year? That was, I think, one of the questions I was going to answer. I love all times of year except for cold. So like the spring, I love seeing like the flowers and all of that come out. The summer is just fun. The fall, I love like, I was a cheerleader for a long time and I come from a family of football players and coaches. So like the Friday night lights, like that whole vibe is just something I love. But I hate winter and I hate snow. Ray, would you ever try vlogging your day? Now on so I started a membership where I would show like behind the scenes stuff and just kind of talk to you guys a little more personally, which I get pretty personal with y'all. That's one thing I can tell you is that the worst, like I've told y'all about, the things that my drug addiction and all of the things that came along with that is like the worst things that I would ever have to tell somebody. And I try to be like really honest about that. Because I want to help other people who are in that situation. And, sometimes life ain't pretty, but it is what it is. There's a lot of lighting and equipment you need. Yes. Thank you, Kayleen. Do you think Watt's case will ever get back into court? I live in Scotland and he couldn't get convicted on a Ooh. That's pretty crazy that you can't get convicted on confession only. That's probably a good thing. I don't know. I think there's a real possibility it could get back into court, but I don't know. I would love to see that happen. Let's see. What kind of foods do you like to cook for your kids? When it's warm, I'm loving the grill. So Bentley is not picky. But for picky kids, I think you're working with a whole nother monster. But I've learned with little kids, even bigger kids, finger foods, stuff they can dip, stuff they can kind of construct on their own, or buying those already cooked pizza crust. And if you have a place where you can build a fire or even on the grill, and giving them their own crust, sauce, and the toppings, let them do it, and then they can kind of grill it themselves, or you just put a pan out there, put it in a pan out on the fire, and yeah, they love that. Bentley, he eats like an adult. Like, I am lucky. He eats Japanese, Chinese, like Mexican, Italian. He eats everything. You have the gift of listening and hearing. Thank you, Francis. Um, would hate North Dakota and Minnesota then. It could be the true crime beauty makeup connoisseur. Have you ever talked to Zav Girl? Similar stories. Yes, I've had her on my channel before a long time ago, but when I did, Sherilyn was on here, and she was you guys have to think of my words so carefully. She was becoming quite I won't say obsessed. She was looking into that magic book that was found, right? And she was only concerned with that because I had written down a ton of questions. I had Mexi, Zav, and Sherilyn, and Amanda was on there for a few, and I really wanted to get Zav and Mexi's opinions on many things in that case. And Sherilyn immediately started with that book, and Zav didn't know what she was talking about. And if I would have been in control of all the questions, I would have took a more broad approach and asked about many different things that she knew about for sure. And yeah, I didn't know that she was coming. I didn't set up any of that. I set up everything myself now, but Sherilyn knew her and kind of set up them coming on. Had I set it up myself and I wanted to talk about the book, I would have sent her Nikki, I would have sent her a link and had her look into it a little bit. I like short walks on long beaches. Meg, you're 40. Oh my gosh, you are so pretty in your picture and young looking. You guys. Okay. Even if I don't like someone, I never want to be hateful towards them or gear a bunch of hate at them or expose them or humiliate them or any of that. So that is why I want to choose my words carefully when it comes to her, which it's not that I dislike her. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. What's my favorite case? I was going to answer that, okay. And another question was, how did I get into true crime? So I've always loved true crime. I'm the kind of person that the ID channel or Snapped, Forensic Files, I've went to sleep listening to those my entire life. Like, love it. All of it. I hadn't fell into the YouTube world of true crime until I got sober and I was here by myself all the time and I was watching makeup videos and I looked the Chris Watts case. So that happened, and I didn't realize how deep it went, but I became like just so obsessed long before I ever started a channel or TikTok or anything, to listening to every interview. I'd put headphones on and do my chores and listen to, Nicole Kessinger's interviews, or Unmask, that channel, which I love the Unmasking Nicole Kessinger series. That is just so good. Yeah. So I think the Watts case is what brought me back to like full obsession with true crime. I just had to know more. I felt in my heart that Nicole Kessinger was more involved. Some people don't think that. So I was looking into, the dad and all the different claims that were out there, watching every YouTube video. And, I remember when Sherilyn's first book came out, I was actually watching the interviews. I think Unmask and maybe Critical K. I don't know. There were a few interviews that she did on that first run that I watched. Yeah. So that case is what brought me back. I still think that when we see a case that we feel like Kendrick Johnson, you see a case and you feel in your heart that there's so much more to it and nothing's happening. It just makes you it drives like an obsession in me anyways, and I want to find everything out. I'm searching the family members on Facebook. I'm Googling them. I'm doing everything, anything and everything. I think who in here is the Chris Watts case, if it is what brought you to YouTube, to like live chats and stuff like that, or if it made you become more like obsessed with true crime, put a 1 in the comments because I want to see. I bet you a lot of people, yeah. See, I didn't start doing true crime on YouTube until Chris Watts. Like, I remember when the new episodes of the Unmasking Nicole Kessinger would come out, and I'd just be like, I cannot wait to watch it. See? Oh my gosh, I knew it. Quick. It's crazy, you guys. I don't know. Okay, so let me try this, chat. If you believe that there was either more people than Chris involved, or if you believe that, okay, so if you believe there was more than Chris involved, or if you believe Chris didn't do it. Like, if you believe there's more to the story, put a 1 in the chat. If you believe there is, what happened is what's out there, the confession, that put a 2. I gotta see that. Yeah, thank you, Jennifer, for linking Unmask, especially with me mentioning it that many times. Dylan, you haven't seen that? Oh my gosh, I need to rewatch it. It's been a long time since I've seen that. Now, Dateline and shows like that aren't enough. I know. They don't go into enough detail. And then we see, like with Lifetime and that this whole Cellmate Secret situation, you can't tell me that channels like Unmask and, Amber and Kelly, they are getting so much deeper into this information than these networks are. The Justin Evans case is what did it for you. Oh, wow, Barb. That is where I know your name from, and that's really interesting. Let's see. Golly. CW did not get me. I'm the minority. What was it that got you? 1 more to the story, but he could have helped avoid it, but was too much of a scared fool. Confession. Oh, I love Stephanie Harlow. Her channel is really good. She goes into serious detail. I mean, 5-6 hour series on these cases. Yeah, Woofy, you're the minority. Gannon, his case is the one that and I was thinking about this earlier when I saw that question. Currently, that is the case I'm the most emotionally invested in. Now, nothing's happened for a while, but I mean, I think I have, my son is really close in age to Gannon. He looks very similar, blue eyes, light brown hair. And yeah, I cannot wait to see that bitch, that bitch, get sentenced to jail for the rest of her life. Cases are manipulated. Sorry, I missed the number thing. One was if there's more to the story. I still go to sleep with ID on. That's funny. I remember when I was growing up and I would be, oh wow, Justin for Francis too. Suzanne and Heidi and Valo Daybell. Okay. Heidi Broussard, I actually, when I did a video on her case, my first TikTok on that, it's almost at 200,000 views. And I've noticed when my videos, I've told someone this the other day, when they get viewed that much, usually, family and friends will reach out to me, and I'll end up talking to someone from the situation. So I did end up having conversations with Heidi's ex-fiance before Shane. And there's always more to the story when you get close, like in close communication with someone that knows, family member, friend, whatever. Suzanne Morphew, I'm also emotionally invested in that. Valo Daybell, those ones too. But okay, let me see what else. Okay, my name is Alexandra Aaron. My friends usually call me Al or Allie. All of my nieces and nephews call me Allie. My mom, she calls me everything, but Allie first was like friends and family type thing. Then like doing sports and stuff, some of the people I was doing sports with would do it. Mainly I would go by Alex in school, but then it got to a point where the people around me called me Allie so much I didn't almost feel comfortable going by Alex. And I go back and forth. You can call me either one, whatever you want. That's up to you. I'm okay with it. Criminal Imagination of Autumn. Is that your name? I was wondering that when I saw your name earlier today in the chat or somewhere. Heidi Broussard used to live in my town. Oh, wow. True crime on TikTok. Yeah, it's difficult though. It's so different than YouTube. Like, for one, because people come to your videos differently on TikTok and they stay for different reasons. And versus YouTube. And then on TikTok, if you're doing a 60-second, which now I can film for 3 minutes, and I think everybody will soon, but if you're doing 60 seconds, which most of my videos are, you have to I would write down all the details in a case. Like I've got several of my notebooks here that I've filled up. So I would write down like all the details of a case. And then at the end, I would go through and kind of highlight like the things that I knew I couldn't leave out. And then it would kind of just be like bullet points at that point. And I would just say the most important, But yeah, you do get a lot of info in 60 seconds, but it's impossible to go to the detail that I want to know things in that time. Hey, Broken Justice. I know you're not feeling good. I hope you feel better. Larry Woodcock lives in my town. Heidi lived there in Lake Charles, and Larry and Kay still live here. Oh, yeah, in Louisiana. Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. I love your name. That's a beautiful name. My mom always told me growing up she loved the name Autumn. I lived with true crime all my life, more so after living in Ripper County, UK. Oh, wow. Interesting. I'm learning to use Allie. Okay. What advice or tips would you give to someone wanting to start their own YouTube channel? Not true crime, just in general. Okay. So one of the things that I did not expect, but I had to learn to deal with which mainly was on TikTok, um, criticism, even constructively, it's hard to take criticism, but you have to learn how to do that. Now, I'm not saying you have to learn how to take unfair criticism, harassment, bullying, any of that, because nobody can take that stuff. That's just the truth. But constructive criticism, if it's coming from a good place and you want it, because don't you want to know how to get better at what you're doing? I don't know. That was one of the things that was just hard for me. And I recently was telling someone I know who has quite a big ego, that wants to start a YouTube channel. If you want to start a YouTube channel, you're going to have to learn how to take some criticism. That's just the way it is. Second thing I would say is you have to devote your life to it, because it takes a lot of effort and time to just be knowledgeable about what you're talking about. And then you have to respond to people, and you'll get emails and you'll get comments. And so, be ready to devote a lot of time. Now, if it's just a hobby, do it when you can. And if it's something that you would love to do with your life, you're going to have to really work at it, put the time in it. And then the other thing is, don't be so trusting. Don't think that people will not turn on you or try to expose you for views or whatever. Don't be so trusting. Yeah. Let me check what you guys have to say, and then we'll have to have thick skin. Absolutely. That was a question I had, so I was going to get to it, but I'll go ahead and answer it. I'm not against the death penalty. However, I think that punishment is not putting them out of their misery. It would be, life in jail. So I'm not against it, but I think that it's, I don't know. I got this today and it is super good. I love the buys. I used to get them for Bentley and that would be his pop. Because they have like 1 gram of sugar. They're sweetened with xylitol or stevia. I know it's a natural, not, fake sugar that's cancerous, like in Diet Coke, which, I drink a lot of Mellow Yellow, so no judgment if you drink Diet Coke. This one is sweetened with stevia, and they're usually sweetened with stevia, and they have some caffeine from green tea in it, but they're super good. And this one is like an energy one, and it's really, really good. Yes. I don't have thick skin at all. I'm the same way. I'm getting better. I think I've just realized people are not going to like me. Some people will judge me based on what they've heard. Some people will judge me based on how I look. Some people judge me based on how I talk. Whatever. Some people judge me because I've done drugs before. Some people judge me, whatever. And I've learned, I think that that's going to happen. As long as people are not judging me on something that I didn't do, which that is extremely hard to handle and especially be quiet through. But if you're judging me, based on who I am, and you don't like me, you're just not going to like me. Oh, thank you, Jen. But I've learned, I know I'm a good person. I know I am. I actively try every single day to be better than I was before. I want to be a better mom, a better friend, a better YouTuber, a better advocate, a better, I want to help more with people that have addictions and stuff. I literally, and I'm not kidding you guys, since I got clean, I would go to bed at night and rethink, through that day, and I would think about how I would want to be nicer, to the kids if they did something wrong or whatever. I every day I think about my actions and how I should do better. And I know that I'm trying to do the right thing. So, if people don't like me, well, oh fucking well. And that's just the way I see it. Excuse my language, but it took me time to get there though, because at first I'm like, wait, what did I do? Like, I love like, no, like it really affects you when people are coming at you. I mean, you guys, it's extremely hard to be getting hate messages from people who've never met you and don't know you and never even ask your side or opinion or whatever. It's extremely hard to go through that. And I don't know if you just like get thicker skin the longer you do it or what, but I'm at the point now, I'm like, what can I do? I'm not going away. I'm doing this because not only do I enjoy it, but because I want to help. And I'm sorry, but somebody hating on me is not going to make me stop. Okay, let's see. Does anybody drink Body Armor Tropical Chaos? I don't, but my Trenton, my 12-year-old, he likes the Body Armor quite a lot. And those are a lot better for you than Gatorade, which Gatorade tastes good. But if you're, into ingredients and nutrition and stuff, you probably would rather have the Body Armor. I love the strawberry banana. It is so, so good. Getting sober, my whole family in-laws knew all my business. Had to get over people judging me and saying stuff that wasn't true to stay sane. It can take you down if you don't know what battles to pick. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, my thing is, if you literally, legitimately dislike me or have a problem with me and came to me and, wanted to discuss. Now, I'm sorry, I don't think that I need to live my life on YouTube publicly. I don't think that every issue I have, because I don't want to address it on here, is me being fake or whatever, because I would address it to whoever's face that the issue is with. I'm not the kind of person that likes my personal business and life out there like that. I just don't. I learned through my addiction and stuff, and when I was posting every little like dumb stuff on Facebook and just being a fool, I learned that's not the way to do it. And I am constantly telling my little niece, because both of my nieces are here all the time. They basically live here, and one of them is 19 and she's been gone with her friends for like 2 weeks for a while. It feels like forever. Haven't seen her. But when she was here, I had seen that she was posting all this stuff on Facebook about her personal life. And I tried to tell her, look, you don't have these, like, you don't do this out in public. You don't talk to, like, arguments with your boyfriend and those kind of things. You don't need to give every single detail to your Facebook following. You don't need to do that on your TikTok. Like, you are causing more trouble for yourself and also kind of making yourself look stupid, because now, I'm not saying people who are doing like that on their YouTubes and stuff. I'm talking about, she posted some very private stuff from an argument she had, and it just didn't look good. So, yeah. I'm rambling because I get nervous. They are earrings. They are strawberries. Oh, I love you, Cheryl, so much. You are an awesome, awesome person. Thank you, Coat of Many Colors. Oh, thank you, Jessica. I love the way you spell your name. That is so unique. I appreciate that. I'm gonna get back to it. Char, thank you. If people don't like you, they don't know you. You are awesome. Susie, you are awesome. All of you guys in here, that's the thing too. The internet, while it may show you some freaking monster, mean people. Like, doing this, I have met some of the most amazing people, ever. Um, and I'm so thankful for that. Thank you, Susie. What do I think of the Jodi Arias case? Wow, I think, for one, can you imagine being the cops when she was like doing the handstands and stuff, like, and the singing and all that stuff? I can't imagine that. And I just think the evil, like, I don't know, I can't imagine. What she did was just so evil. She radiates evilness, like, and jealousy. And I think that she probably has a pretty severe personality disorder or something like that. And I don't know. A lot of people are just assholes. But I do think I can't imagine being his family and seeing like what she did, then her taking the pictures, and um, she's pure evil. I hope she spends the rest of her life in prison, and I don't think that she'd be better off to get executed. Oh, Dylan, you're amazing. I love you so much. Thank you, Incognito. Your name, every time I see that, it makes me chuckle a little bit. How can you dislike someone you don't know? Stacy C, thank you. Oh, Woofy, thank you. Thank you, Cheryl. I'm glad you got clean too, Criminal Imagination. Yeah, it is super scary. I mentioned this. I filmed like a members only vlog today, and I was kind of talking about that. And had this discussion with people that are close to me. Um, we already knew, and psychologists have talked about how like crowds can create chaos and make people act in ways they generally wouldn't. But I believe that paired with the anonymity of the internet creates a really dangerous and toxic environment in some like in some cases, and I would love to get into the psychology of that a little more, because just the fact that you can get on there and nobody knows who you are, like, you don't have to use your real name, your real picture, any of that. You can say whatever, and you never have to be held accountable. And I think that people, um, you know, subconsciously realize that, and it makes them act just evil and awful. And I can tell you, from someone who's been on the other side of a bunch of strangers and stuff coming at me, it does not feel good. And I am very strong in who I am, and I would never, ever consider hurting myself because of my kids and my family and all of that. And I wouldn't. I struggle with anxiety some, but not that. I don't struggle with that type of depression where I've had those kind of thoughts, thank God. But I can see completely how someone who is a little bit, I wouldn't say weaker, but maybe not as strong, just hadn't been through, maybe you've had an easier life and you haven't had to fight through a lot of, hard times. And I can see how that could get so dark and depressing that people would hurt themselves. I think we need to think about that. Even if we have a problem with somebody, we need to be able to, as adults, even if you want to hash it out publicly, which is fine, up to you, and that is your business. But we have to find a way to do that without inciting the chat to do bullying and weaponize it, become our weapons, and go out and attack people for us. Because, and a lot of times, creators, and I've heard, I've heard many times creators say, don't be disrespectful, but it doesn't work. If the message that you're preaching is one of hate, you can't tell them to not be hateful. And even if it isn't one of hate, if you're just you know sometimes the people in your chat, they look up to you and they love you so much that if they feel you've been hurt by somebody, that's all it's going to take for them to go take up for you. And that is not the creator's fault. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying it can be a very toxic place very quickly. Okay, I'm so behind. Let me go to it. Let me get through here. I got on a little tangent. You owe no one nothing. You've got your life back on track. You have your beautiful kids. Fuck a lot of idiots. Thank you, Brian, so much. I love you to pieces. You've always been so awesome. I've always said that. That's so funny. I think about it every time I see it. Your name, because my sister, her name is Jessica. And then Ray, she's like, that's someone in the chat who I comment with all the time. And she reminds me of my sister all the time, and you do too. Good night, folks. Kindest wishes, and lovely lady, you crack on. You are an honest person. Many blessings to you. Thank you, Janet. Is there a new, I don't know. Is there a new interview from today? Jody, LOL. Jody. I know, like her headstands and all that stuff, and her singing. In case, I don't know. Now, I've went back and forth because it does seem that he's talking to someone in that video, right? And he may be talking to himself. I mean, it doesn't seem he is. Daryl Brown is talking in that video when he's getting him in. God, that is just what nightmares are made of, that video. Ugh. So I don't know. I've went back and forth because I'll just be honest. I don't want to point the finger at anyone, but if you have cameras in your house and your child goes missing, the absolute first thing you would do, I have cameras in my house. I have children. I have a camera at my front door. If someone came in my house and took my baby, the absolute first thing I would do is check my camera. Okay? If my cat is missing, the first thing I do is check the cameras. So that right there has made me think at times, possibly, there was money owed or something like that, or who knows, I don't know. But that has made me think maybe there's accomplices, because why else would you not? But then again, if there's mental health issues and stuff like that, which there obviously is, and we can see he's holding the knife when he comes back and stuff. So I do think he did it. I just, I don't know. If it was a mental health thing, I don't think others were involved. But then again, you guys in the chat, explain to me the camera thing. What do you think about that? It just doesn't make sense. Oh, thank you so much. Ooh, thank you, woman of Sparta. I like you too. That was sweet. Thank you, Elizabeth. People either believe you or they won't. You don't have control over it, and you won't be able to convince them to believe you. So just keep on keeping on. Well, I can tell you you can see my track record, and you will see my track record in the future. I've always been a person who liked watching like celebrity drama and stuff like that. So nothing against people who like drama channels and everything. I can see why, but I've never been someone who likes to be involved in drama behind the scenes or on YouTube. And I've never been before, and I'm not gonna be. So unless like a group of the closest people to me have some kind of falling out or something, like that would be unavoidable. I'm just gonna keep on keeping on, like you said. Oh, thank you, Brian, so much. I was wondering, I hadn't seen you for a while. I hope everything's okay. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Criminal Imagination. I appreciate that so much. Oh, that sucks. I hate when my phone's buffering like that. Oh, awesome, Brooke. Well, hope you stay a while. Oh my goodness. Okay, where did I go? Or where did I I lost my place. Yeah, that was you I was talking about, Ray. Hey Kelly. Kelly's channel is always linked in my description. Go check it out if you haven't. That was who I was mentioning earlier with, people who go a lot deeper into cases. She's done a ton of research into the Chris Watts case, and if you haven't been to her channel, you've got to go check it out. Ooh, they have new updates on him. What did they say? I'm Native and having to deal with all the newly found mass graves. That is so sad. Oh my gosh. I was kind of looking into that some and chatting about it with some people. I'm really sorry to hear that. I can't imagine feeling like that must be an awful feeling to feel like your people are trying to erase you and your ancestors and your family and stuff, because that's how it feels. They whitewash everything and they're trying to erase like the most beautiful parts of who we are as people. Thank you, McFittyfoot. My hair needs a trim. Thank you, Debbie. Well, I definitely need you here and want you here. For getting them so bizarre. It just doesn't make sense. Cash's case. Where did it go? I'm like a little bit. Okay. Cash's case really bothers me still. I want to know more about the footage during the daylight. I do too. It's just weird. And even if he's the only one on the footage, that doesn't explain the camera thing, Yeah. Kelly has videos on that case. Debbie. Not to go to his cameras first. It has gone quiet, but it seems to do that. These cases, they get quiet, and then next thing you know, it's like boom. Like when Gannon Stout, when Letitia was arrested, they hadn't even found him yet, and we're wondering what is going on. What do they have? Like she's so suspicious. She was doing all these bizarre interviews and stuff, and yeah. Then next thing you know, boom, she's arrested. Then shortly after, they locate his body. And, it does seem like when things in that case get quiet, like she's up to something. And then you'll hear like some big drama. Do I have a P.O. box I want to send? Oh, yes. I would love that. It's P.O. Box 316 in Beaver, West Virginia, 25813, but I can put it in the I'll try to remember to get it in the description box. If you want it and you leave a comment, if I've forgotten or you need me to write it somewhere, just leave a comment. It's interesting to me that the last minor to be interviewed was the one who remembered the camera. Yeah. Can you imagine how those cops felt when they're like, they've interviewed everyone and they're looking? I'm sure they were like, what? Like, your mom has cameras. Like, because she says in that interview, I forgot I had cameras till one of my kids reminded me at the police station. She, in my opinion, was likely, if she, I hate to say that, if she was hiding something, she was probably mad that they mentioned those cameras. Okay. That's great, Shared Turner. I'm doing super great. Yeah, you can ask questions. I need to answer. I have a few more from my thing, which I'll get to, but my favorite color is red, and my favorite food is sugar. I used to say my favorite color was glitter because I'm such a girly girl, but it's red. And then my favorite food, I love Mexican, but I also love sweets. I love like fair foods, like, funnel cake and those like the turkey legs and all that kind of thing. I love that stuff. Pepperoni rolls. I make some bomb pepperoni rolls. I get the chunk, like the big tubes of pepperoni, boil it to get a lot of the grease out so they don't get soggy, and then cut them up in like little chunks and take crescent rolls and wrap them with crescent rolls and then bake it for like 12 minutes. And oh my gosh, super good. They were going to adopt Daryl, and now look what he did in mental illness. Rejected again. Oh, awesome. Janet, what is your go-to song to pick you up? I love like I love Taylor Swift. I love rap. Like rap, that was a question. Rap is probably my favorite genre, but I love Taylor Swift, and I love that song by Julia. Let me find it. It's called Anxiety by Julia. One second, because I can't think of her last name. Yeah, Julia Michaels and Selena Gomez. And Julia Michaels used to be Justin Bieber's songwriter. And I also love her other song with her boyfriend now, which I don't think they were at the time of the song when it first came out. If the World Was Ending, You'd Come Over, right? I love that song. Come over and you'd stay the night. All right, let me get through these. I love like real cheese dip from like a Mexican restaurant. Anytime I buy at the store, like buy it at the store, I cannot find the kind of. Ooh, another thing that reminded me, Japanese. I love Japanese food, crab rangoon. I love yum yum sauce and ginger dressing. I like Machine Gun Kelly. Ooh, I make a killer roast with potatoes and carrots and onions. But you know what? I'm actually not the best cook. When I was younger, no one ever taught me. My parents, they were like neat freaks and they wouldn't want the mess. So I just taught myself, and I'm getting a little bit better at it, but I'm not the best. Okay. Let's see what else I got on these questions. Get through them. Okay. Theory on what happened to Summer Wells. I don't have a theory. I don't have one. I feel sad because I think that drugs make your kids a lot more vulnerable to stuff like that happening. What happened? You got boo boo? Let me see. Oh my. There's blood on the bed. What happened? I accidentally slashed a stab off. Oh, okay. We'll go in there. Sorry, you guys. Okay. So I don't have a theory on that. I do think that drugs and poverty and stuff like that are huge risk factors, but I don't have a theory on that. Okay. Do I think Nicole Kessinger helped plan the Watts murders? I'm not sure. I think it's likely she did, but I do believe she was there that morning. Why has true crime turned into trauma? Do you think creators spend more time dealing with dramas than victims? I don't know. I think that there's a lot of true crime content out there and creators who are not willing to reduce their channel into a drama channel. So I think it's still, there's a lot out there. I just think that right now the focus is not on that. I have 2 boys, and I would love to have more kids, but I cannot have any more kids because I had HELP syndrome, which is a variant of preeclampsia. It's super deadly and rare, and Bentley was born 8 weeks early because of it. So, how or why did I get into true crime? I kind of explained that earlier. And then my favorite true crime channels, well, the bigger ones, I've loved Bailey Sarian since long before like she ever did true crime, because she did makeup and she had a series where she would do like, she called it Bailey Does Stuff or something, and she would do like a lot of cool stuff. Try Oprah's favorite like things and all kinds of stuff. So I love her, and I love Stephanie Harlow. I love Christina Randall, who's kind of into the true crime now. The bigger channels, let me think. I love Unmasked. The smaller channels, I love. Oh, thank you, Coat of Many Colors, so much for doing that. I love CDT. I love Amber. I'm trying to think of the Glare. I think he has an amazing channel where he gives like a unique perspective, most of the time very different from what most people are thinking and saying, which is important to have like a balanced, have balance. Let me go through here just a second. Okay, yum yum sauce. Oh my gosh, you've never had yum yum sauce? You've got to try it. It's like Japanese, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just so good, and it comes with like, what do you call that? Hibachi. When you go to the hibachi grill and they make chicken and rice, or steak and chicken, or shrimp and chicken, and then you can get rice or noodles usually with those meals. Then there's a sauce that they give you to dip it in. That's yum yum sauce. That's funny. You guys are making me hungry. I'm hungry too. Why is Sherilyn gone, and what happened with you two? I don't have any issues with Sherilyn. She was not happy with my last video, and she did reach out to me, which I would never share that, because that is, I won't do it. I'm not gonna ever do that kind of thing. I do very much believe in privacy and respect, and I'm not going to change that ever. So I wouldn't want to hurt her anyways, and we currently are not in a good place as far as a friendship or relationship goes, but I would never want you guys to go and attack her or be mean to her. I think that she is naive, and she's not used to this kind of cutthroat world, and I think that she's easily influenced. Her opinions based on who she's talking to and stuff, and we all kind of do that, right? We all change our minds. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that we cannot, no matter how much you dislike Sherilyn, she is one of the only people who has gotten that amount of information from Chris, and a lot of people want to see and hear what she has to say. The reason she is no longer on my channel is because I don't like, well, a lot of people were trying to give her false information to make sure she would put it out there, right? They were giving her, registrations and tips and all kinds of stuff, and hoping she would put it out there, which she did time or two, And just like when she said that Nicole Kessinger was going to be arrested on here that night, that is not what I want for my channel. And so that is why she's no longer on here. So yeah, that was hard to get out. I want to be careful with my words, because like I said, her and I are not in a good place, but I never want any of you guys. She gets a lot of hate. People are mean to her, and she doesn't deserve that. Nobody does. Okay. No, even if someone's done something wrong, they don't need to be attacked constantly over it. That's just not okay. Just stop dealing with them and move on with your life. And I never want to contribute to the attacks that she gets. So that is why I try to be really careful with what I say. Roast cooked in tomato sauce. Ooh, never tried that. Taco soup. Oh my gosh, my parents make that. It's one of my favorites. So, so good. I'm a little bit behind. Let's see. Love Christina Randall. Bailey is my favorite. She is so funny. Suspicious. Like, oh, I love her. She's so funny. CDT is sweet and lovely like you. Thank you. She's very sweet. I know her personally, and Kelly and Amber both are great girls. Who does makeup in true crime? Oh my God, Bailey Sarian. Meg, if you haven't watched her, please go watch her. She's beautiful, covered in tattoos, hilarious, smart, and wonderful at makeup. She used to be a makeup artist. She's really very good. We definitely could eat together, friend. You could cook for me, friend. Let me know when. I've always had a soft spot for Cadel. Could be ageism, but don't know why. And I agree. Got ahead of herself one too many times, and that's what she does. And people really do target her with that stuff. It's like a disinformation campaign. They knowingly give her fake information and try to get her to put it out. And when she was on my channel, she wanted she wanted my channel to do good. I offered to pay her, like, because I didn't get super chats most of the time she was on here. But when I did, and for the videos that were viewed in the future, I offered to pay her a percentage of it. She didn't want to take it. I mean, she has some really great qualities, and she does have a big heart. She, like I said, she's like the target of a disinformation campaign, and I can't do that. Thank you, Jay. We call that shrimp sauce. I am to a degree. She is near Chicago. From the laugh, she seemed like a sweet, gullible. Yeah, she is. I mean, now I don't know the level of how gullible she is or how naive or how, I'm not quite sure on that, but I know that she does believe a lot of the misinformation. It's a constant battle. It was with her old mods to try to keep her in line and stuff and try to keep her, because I think that she might have been in over her head a little bit. She didn't realize how cruel people could be. And yeah. I need that roast recipe too, Kelly. Roast cream cheese slice. Oh, I love cream cheese. That sounds super good. Thank you, Jennifer, for being such an awesome mod. You were just so on top of it. Thank you, Elizabeth. And I have the round roast, a jar of tomato sauce cooked in the crock pot, rice and green beans. Okay, next question. I think I got all of those. Oh, at the end it was a favorite music, and they said, please say country, or you must say country, or something funny. When not doing true crime, what do you do? So usually, if I'm not on here, like I said, I do have my nieces a great deal of the time, and one of them was pretty much living here, and the other one, was here at least 50% of the time. So most of my day involves them, and whether it's taking them to, appointments or dance class or whatever, doing that, and dealing with a 19-year-old, trying to help her learn to be an adult, and that stuff, cleaning house, and that's it. I'm usually answering emails, comments, messages, researching, and I hardly ever have free time in between that and the kids. And then favorite time of year is, like I said, anytime it's not cold. And then the Cheryl and Cato, like I said, I do not talk to her. She did reach out to me after my last thing, and she is having an extreme, I could tell by the messages, which we didn't really talk much, and I won't go into detail, but I know that her grandson recently passed away, and I could tell that that is still very much affecting her, which, duh, of course it would. So I think that everybody needs to just take it easy on her and, give her some grace. Cellmate Secrets, I didn't like it. Not at all. I think they did it. Actually, I think they did an awful job. I've seen YouTubers do a million times better research and didn't like it at all. And I also didn't like the way they portrayed Chrissy. Um, I Yeah, I just thought that they acted like she was this awful person, and Sherilyn and Dylan and Chris, those are the other people. Like, I don't know. I didn't like that at all. How old are you? And then I feel like we would be besties. And I loved that so much. It's too bad you don't live near me. And I'm 31. Is there an open case that you would think would be solved soon? And okay, so I was thinking about this before, and not not really, but um I would love to see movement in the Orrin and Orson West case. I think it has been so way far too long with no news on that, and I do think that they've figured some things out that we don't know about, and that's okay. So yeah, and which one would I most like to see solved? The cases that I am like, oh, I know one I would love to see solved. Justin Evans. Now, hate me if you want. I was never on. I won't say never because I didn't quite have an opinion before meeting Kiara, but after knowing her and talking to her, um, I personally don't believe that she's capable of hurting anybody. She's a really sweet girl, and she cares quite a lot about, looking out for other people who are less fortunate, or maybe, standing up against racist people or sexist or whatever. There's a lot of good to her. Um, I don't know what, maybe you never know. Like, even if somebody did something to him and she knew about it or suspected it, don't you think she'd be terrified to say? I don't know. I personally don't. I really liked her, but I do not feel that it was suicide, only because what sense does that make? There was blood all in the shed, pond 1,000 feet away. Somehow he hurts himself in the shed and walks bleeding without getting blood anywhere, without a person seeing him, 1,000 feet, and jumps in the I don't know. I don't know how deep it was or whatever, but that doesn't make sense. His phone is still missing. So that is one that I would absolutely love to see something freaking happen with that. Let's see. Let me check the comments real quick. My dad, you said men make the best chefs. My dad always cooked for me growing up, and he was so awesome. He even still to this day, when I'm at their house, will cut up my steak and my chicken, and like, yeah. How do you disappear within 2 minutes? Thank you, Looking Beyond. You're lucky you have nieces. I have no one other than my daughter. Yeah, I love them. I have several nieces. My brother actually has 10 kids. He had 4 and adopted 6 brother. They were all brothers and sisters, and he couldn't um he didn't want them to be split up. Yeah, it totally was a travesty. I probably won't cook for any of y'all, but I'd pay for your Mexican food. I knew I wasn't obligated to give Sherilyn any super chats or whatever, but I just felt it was the right thing to do. I mean, you know, my channel grew for many reasons. I had a TikTok of I think 15,000 before I even started YouTube. And then I've interviewed lots of creators who have their own followings. That's how I've gotten some subscribers. But I am not delusional. I do realize that Sherilyn is the reason that a big chunk of like that first 1,000 why they came. So, I'm appreciative of that. Yeah, they seem super shady, Kelly. Ray, you look so young in your picture. Hey, Amber. Okay. Top 3 movies of all time. I was thinking about this earlier. So I love 90s movies. Like, that's probably where they'll all come from. I love 50 First Dates. I love, I got a cramp. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. I love 50 First Dates. Oh my gosh, I don't think that's going to do it. Okay, I had to stand up fully. 50 First Dates, The Craft, and like Clueless, The Craft, 50 First Dates. I love those movies. I love like 90s, like Slayer, like Scream. That's where all my favorite movies are probably from. Dirty Dancing, that's a good movie. Titanic, oh, I loved that when I was a kid. I'd marry Adam Sandler in a heartbeat. My foot, it was in one of those cramps that like you gotta stand up to get rid of. There's nothing else you can do. Silence of the Lambs. Ooh, I love scary movies. Um Actually, one of I have that little vlog I was posting. I share some of Bentley's little scary dolls and stuff, and Bentley got a blanket that has all the scary characters on it, and it's really cool. Footloose. I've never seen that movie actually. Okay, let's see. Do you have a favorite band? I already kind of answered that. Lil Wayne is like my favorite artist of all time. He is a freaking genius. Um, Dwayne Carter never writes down anything. Every single rap he's ever done has came off the top of his head, and I think that is part of the reason I love him so much. And now I don't love his recent music, but you should watch The Heathers if you haven't. Now, I've actually never seen that, but I have heard of that. 16 Candles. I haven't seen that either, but I can picture the girl who's in it. Home Alone, now there's a movie. I love 50 First Dates too, and the whole soundtrack and everything. It's just so good. Um, okay. What has been the biggest surprise of being a YouTube creator? And the first case I researched, which I told you guys, the Watts case was the first one that I was like, I've got to know everything. Like, I want to hear every interview. And this was long before my channel. Like, by the time I started a channel, I had forgotten a lot of the things that I had seen because it had been so long. But my biggest surprise, that would probably be, well, a couple. first I will say, when like money is not an issue and it doesn't matter, but that is one thing that surprised me, was the difference in YouTube and the how much you get paid per view in TikTok. Because TikTok, I mean, they don't pay you anything. But it's different because you're not having video advertisements played in front of, I can't even talk, played in front of your videos. So, you have to get paid for the ads that play on this. TikTok is basically just a creator fund that they started to keep people doing content there and keep people from switching platforms, kind of to satisfy the way that people wanted money. But TikTok, oh my gosh, you guys. I'm trying to think of like how many views I would have altogether there. But it's maybe 2 or 3 million. I don't know. It's a lot. And I've not made over $50 on TikTok with that many views. If you get views like that on YouTube, I can't imagine. I'm sure that it's like, that's the first thing that shocked me, was when I realized the difference in funds. Not only that, another thing that shocked me is what I was talking about earlier, how easy it is for people to hang on just a second. Cool. Didn't even know that was happening, but that's awesome. Um the first, or the thing that shocked me, was how crazy, like, people turn into, like, okay, on Mean Girls, when they're like in the cafeteria and the cafeteria turns into a jungle and they're all like animals and they're fighting and stuff. Like, that is what happens on YouTube. And people, like, the chat will go, they get mean. That was super shocking. Oh, Kiara, hey, I was just talking about you. Kiara has always been just so wonderful. Like I said that you are a very caring and, like, sweet person who's always looking out to stand up for people against racism, or, you know, people who don't like gay people, or whatever it is. You're yeah, super good things. And we were talking about Justin's case. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but it's bizarre. I said I don't believe that you were involved, but I do wonder if something happened, because uh, you know, him being hurt and then being found that far away, which is very close, but without anybody seeing him in between the two, if he would have just walked down there or something. That is kind of bizarre, but yeah, all good things. Kiara, that's another example of a bunch of people grouped together in chats attacking without even knowing what's going on or knowing the person. It's not okay. And just for the record, she did not know the questions I was going to ask her. Not all of them. Some of them came from chat. Some of them came from his family, even. Now, she did know some, but that was because she canceled the interview right before we did it, and I got a written statement, and then she changed her mind, so I turned that statement into questions. But that you had that exact visual. Oh my gosh, that's funny. But yeah, people attack her endlessly, and it is not okay. The things that I've seen, I mean, for one, if the police feel that they know a case, we don't know anything that they know. I mean, for two, even if they wouldn't have said it was a suicide, you can't just jump on and blame somebody like that. It is not okay. Yeah, that lab was awful. Oh, thank you, Kiara. I still plan on doing. I was gonna do a live on because all the recent stuff that's happened, you guys, it's just had me looking at things differently. And I thought, well, I need to do a live stream and talk about hey Angie, and talk about some of the oh Brian, and talk about some of the dangers of the internet in several lives, one of them being cyberbullying, which I've found little girls who are maybe 13 years old who have committed suicide over their pictures being shared, or their private, things being shared, private information. And the way that I've seen Kiara be bullied, that will be an example in my video. I have to turn what I've lived through into a positive, and that's the only way I know how. And I want to show some of the things that people have said to Kiara. I mean, I am telling you, it's awful. It is disgusting. And I would hope and pray that the people saying that don't have young daughters and stuff. Oh, hey, Bieber. Um, I don't know. It's not okay. We got to stop jumping on bandwagons, jumping to conclusions without having any information. And I understand when we're talking about cases, this is near and dear to a lot of people's hearts, people who knew the victims, people who didn't. But you can't just blame somebody, like in the Heidi Broussard case when Shane was being blamed all over the internet. Come to find out, it was her best friend. Police weren't blaming Shane, so the internet shouldn't have been. Police are not blaming her, so the internet shouldn't be. The police only said it was probably a suicide. They never confirmed it. In the same article, they said the neighbor was connected. Conclusions and accusations can be hurtful. Now, that is very interesting. I don't know. I guess we have to wait and see. My point is, what I was saying about you, Kiara, was I thought you were a lovely girl who has been nothing but nice and was being treated really bad. And yeah, I don't like it. Oh, Angie, thank you so much. Shane is my friend and he is innocent. I know he's innocent. And the way the internet treated him, I mean, calling him the next Chris Watts and all that stuff, we have to stop. Even in these little cases of drama and he said, she said, and creator on creator arguments, I'm sorry, but no one knows exactly what's going on. And until you at least get both sides and look at it without being biased, then you shouldn't be attacking people. Sure, be there, sure, ask questions, whatever, but let's quit attacking people. The things that they have said to Kiara, you wait and see, you guys, when I show you some of these things. You will be disgusted. And I'll stand up for her the same way I would stand up. Now, I consider her a friend at this point, but when I did the interview, I didn't know her at all. And whether she was a friend or I didn't know her or whatever, I would stand up for her the same way if it was my little niece on here, the way I would want someone to do with her. And that's just that. All right, I got off on a tangent, y'all. Hi, Carly. I blamed him in my head at first. Wow. I remember even questioning him. Now, I never said that on the internet, but you know, it's okay to like have doubts and question and look into things, but we cannot get on here assuming that we know and treating people a certain way. I mean, you guys, Kiara wasn't able to find a job. She wasn't able to go out, and she's going out to the store and people are taking pictures of her and stuff and posting them online. I mean, it is complete BS. Period. Oh, thank you, Kiara. You are wonderful. Let's see. Mobs that came for Tristan Bailey after. I didn't see that. Thank God. That is awful. Yeah, thank you guys for being so kind. Oh, thank you, Kiara. You rock. I'm just hoping that, you can move forward and move on. And yeah. That is the truth, Kayleen. When people judge you when they don't even know you, it's a reflection of themselves. They have issues, not you. My ex had his friends defame me on Facebook after he left. It was terrible. He was nothing like Chris Watts was. Oh, good night, Brian. Thank you so much for being here and for hanging out and stuff. So that was, I think, my last question. I need to check and see. She did handle it with such grace. Kiara is a friend of the channel now, and I will never have anyone or allow anyone. Actually, I wouldn't have it for anybody. I will not have bashing in my chat. I will not have name calling. I will not have calling people guilty of horrendous things without proof or them being charged. But I just will never have it, and I've always assured her of that. And yeah. Alex is my YouTube daughter. Yeah, I tell you that. I'm like, you're like my YouTube mama. You are so wonderful. I love you so much too. Okay, so one of the last questions I couldn't get it to upload was who was my favorite interview and who was my least favorite. And I was thinking of that before, and I'm like, I'm not going to say anybody was my least favorite. Thank you, Kiara. And I love you guys so much. I mean, I love you guys, all of you, and especially the ones that I consider my friends and stuff. I love you, and I'll be here for any of you. But just know that, that when I say I care about you guys, I care about you from my heart. Like, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Wolfie, amazing friend of mine as well. And she and I have talked about the situation with Kiara. That is what I was gonna do, Kiara. So least favorite, I'm like, I can't say a person, and I think it was actually Woofy. I was talking to about this, and she's like, yeah, Kiara, because of the way the chat acted. I'm like, good. And then my favorite, I actually can't choose that either. I I will say every person, hey Melissa, every person I have interviewed ever, they all say that I've made them feel extremely comfortable, and I love that. I think that it's really awesome to be able to connect and talk to people. And I swear, I think if people would give me the chance, and talk to me one-on-one, whether this would be maybe family of a victim or, even other creators, I do believe I could connect to anyone and get down on anyone's level. And I think it comes from being on drugs and stuff. So when I was using, I was reckless, and I had no standards, and I was hanging out in filthy places and all of that. And I think once that I was better, I don't know. It's like when you've been with the lowest, when you've been there and you've been really low and you've been in bad spots, you can literally talk to anybody without judging them, and you can understand a lot of situations a lot easier than someone who hadn't been through something like that. Because it's easy to turn your nose up at people and be like, oh, I would never be like that, or whatever. But if you've been there, you just look at it different. Thank you, Melissa. And speaking of that, Melissa and I have been planning an interview since before all of the stuff happened, all that drama happened. We were planning an interview the day that it started, and we're going to do that really soon. And I can't wait to get a lot of her opinions on cases and just talk about whatever she wants to talk about, whatever she's comfortable with, find out who she is to the core, what her hobbies are, what brought her here. And I think that will be really interesting. I am not married, but I have been married before. God gave you the ability of discernment. I'll have to look that up in the dictionary. Oh, thank you, Anna. There's an email you at the beginning. You can email me anytime or on Facebook. I've always liked you as well, for sure. But my email's in the description, and you can talk to me on Facebook. Yeah, I swear that if you've been like the more hard times you've been through, you just become, that's where your wisdom comes from, right? Like if you've just been handed everything your whole life, and life's been like super cushy and easy for you and no hard times, like you could be really smart and you could even be very caring and understanding, but I'm not sure you could be wise. And wisdom comes from struggle, it comes from the tough times. Oh, Bryn, it is coming soon. I gave Melissa like 3 days in the near future when I'm available, and as soon as she chooses, I'll be posting an event for that. Yeah, awesome. Awesome, Autumn. It's so like not weird, but just to know your name now and to call, like, I don't know, it's funny. So if I get messed up a little bit, that is why. Discernment is the ability to see through people. Okay. Good to know if an interview is getting destroyed. So, do you guys have any more questions? I'll answer anything, honestly. Just, I'd like to not talk about other people too much, or at all. But before I go, just see if you guys have anything else. This has been fun. I always love watching Q&As because I want to know. Well, I mean, you see, I interview creators because I want to know more about who I'm watching. I want to know, all the questions I ask. And let me tell you guys, just because I've seen this, um, if I interview someone I know, I'm not going to ask only the questions I don't know, right? Because you guys don't know them. So I need to ask the things you want to know. So for instance, with Lana or Melissa or anyone I've interviewed that I've known personally, I've interviewed a ton of my friends, Amber and Kelly, a ton of them. Anyone that I'm going to ask what you guys want to know, right? I'm not going to. Okay. Favorite hobby, makeup. Yeah, makeup probably. Besides kid stuff like playing outside and all that. Favorite color, red, which I said that. Favorite ice cream. I love dreamsicles. Y'all, I used to eat dreamsicles like 3 times. That would be like my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is like a year ago, not as a kid. Like, I would do nothing but eat dreamsicles all day. Something I passionately believe in. Helping those who are in active addiction or struggling at all with that kind of thing. Standing up for the little guy, standing up for the victims of these murders and stuff, but honestly and respectfully, those would be the things I'm the most passionate about. I believe the thing that I would be the most passionate about would be addiction, just because it just about took my life from me, and it's taken the lives of so many people I love and care about. And I think that a lot of people judge addicts, and I think that it's really important to talk about it. My videos on that, they do really poorly compared to the hot button topics or the interviews or whatever, but I'm not going to stop doing them. Because they're still getting viewed some, and I swear if they got viewed by 10 people and one person in there was like, thank you, you helped me so much, then I would keep doing them. But when I started doing them, oh my gosh, the amount of emails and stuff I got, it just made me feel so good at that. Now I'm just like, I'm hooked. Like, I've got to continue. Oh, you're so sweet, Kiara. Thank you. You are one in a million. You're going to make me cry. We are more alike than different. Favorite animal? Probably like I don't know, like baby baby animals, any kind of baby animal. That would be my favorite. Little baby kitties or puppies or little just babies. The addiction videos are so important. Please continue. You will save lives. I hope so. I hope that, well, I know that it's helping people because I've gotten emails where people are like, I've been crying for the last hour. Oh my God. Whew, you guys. And struggling so much in your video. Like it's just helped me so much. And y'all that just, oh, whew, it's hard to even talk about. All right, Meg. Well, I will talk to you soon. Thank you for chatting. Chitty chatty, Meg. Favorite hobby? I just said makeup. Cal, your favorite animal. Favorite sweet treat, sour candy. Oh, thank you, Broken Justice. Favorite saying. I got a couple. Like, it may not be easy, but it will be worth it. Ooh, one that I love is don't ever run back to the thing that broke you. Like, oh shoot, how does it even go? I want to say it right, and that was not right. One about recovery that says, recovery won't get you into heaven, but it'll get you out of hell. Favorite dinner? I love I'm like really into vinegary, like tangy stuff. So anything that's like that, like whether it's Carolina barbecue or some kind of potato salad or just something vinegary, I love that. And I love crab rangoon. Those are some of my favorite hair care products. I actually don't use a lot of hair care products, but I will say, oh, let me go ahead and get these like makeup things so I can show y'all. My mom told me never to ask a lady how old she is, how much she weighs. Oh, thank you, Lana. Hold on one second. Okay. Okay. This is that L'Oreal serum I was talking about, which is so good and not very expensive. It's like $25. And it freaking works. But I will say, if you use it every day, you'll start peeling and getting really red and stuff. So don't use it every day. Hair, I don't use anything on my hair really. I don't even, like, I don't dye my hair, nothing. And I use this though, and I live by this. This is better than any I've ever gotten from the salon. This L'Oreal Elvive, I'm telling you guys, if you get the shampoo and the conditioner and you use them both, your hair will completely change. I mean, within 2 days, it will just like be a lot more silky. If you deal with frizziness and stuff, try that. It's really, really good. Now, okay, 3 more things I'll show y'all that I love. So this is like my current favorite moisturizer. It's just a moisture gel cream, which I got that from BoxyCharm, and I've looked for it. I can't find it online. But this is a really, really good brand of skincare. It's Korean skincare, but I think you can get this at Sephora. Saturday Skin. This is their vitamin C sleeping mask, but it's really, really good. And it's really cute. They all come with like little spatulas and stuff, so you don't have to put your fingers in it. And then I will say though, if you're working on your skin or like, just don't sleep in makeup. And another tip is a facial oil. Like, your skin will change. And Pixie is a really good brand, and they're affordable. So, can't get it. Yeah. All right, let me check. That shampoo is everything. Oh my gosh, Kelly, you've got to try it. I swear, I hadn't either. And then when I started using them both, I do use a dry shampoo and like a leave-in conditioner, but that's it. All right, let me go back a little bit and see what I missed. Are there any more questions before I go? Ooh, I love a vinaigrette. I like raspberry. Right now, Wendy's has this chicken strawberry salad, but you can make it at home. Just put grilled chicken on your salad with strawberries in place of the tomatoes and sunflower seeds, and oh my God, they are so good. Ketchup chips are good. I need to get my fleas out. What kind of laundry detergent do I use? I go back and forth because I'm a Gain fanatic. I love the scent of Gain, but I need like the beads, the fabric softener in the detergent. But right now I'm using this OxyClean is the brand of it, detergent, and it's the fragrance is fresh linen, and I use it with Downy. Oh my gosh, it's amber and something fabric softener, and it's really, really good. You seem like you have thick hair. Yeah, I do have pretty thick hair. I think I want to get my hair cut, but I thought you were asking me. I hear Lana knows a great dry shampoo. Gain. I love the smell of Gain. Yeah, if there's any other questions I want to answer before. And I think I got all the ones out of my thing. All right, Kelly, thank you for hanging out, and go have fun. All clear with scent boosters. I went through a phase where I was like really, oh, I didn't get that off my face, where I was really like, I was having no sugar, no soda. I would occasionally have up to like maybe 15 grams of sugar a day, if that. I didn't, and for the kids, I would do like a limit of 20 grams of sugar. And then, everything organic, which I've learned that you don't have to buy everything organic. You can go and find the list called the Clean 15. Those are like the produce items they recommend that you don't need to buy organic. But anyways, at this time, I was using like all natural detergents or essential oils, which it was okay. You look like a Mrs. Myers person. I don't know what that is. Oh, thank you, Kiara. You are so sweet. Well, I appreciate that very much, and you made a beautiful impression in my life as well. The Wells case, that was a question a little bit ago. I don't know. Okay, what I said earlier was, so I believe if you are living in poverty, or if you have issues with addiction, then your kids are at a much higher risk of being abducted, or maybe an accident or whatever. I mean, it's obvious, right? And I think that some of those things were going on, but I don't know. I struggle with thinking that someone came and got her, came up there because of the dogs, right? And then I struggle with thinking that she would go off on her own. I mean, a little girl that age usually would, if they would want to wander off, they would want somebody with them. So then I don't want to accuse the parents of like an accident or anything, but I don't know. What does my okay, put you guys answer in the aunt being a missing person. Now that is freaky. I have no idea. I think the chances of that like happening are probably pretty low, but I don't know. But okay, for the chat. If you think that if you think that Summer Wells wandered off, one, hold on. Okay. I got this little board right here. This way we don't forget, because the last time I told y'all to put numbers in there, I forgot what they were for. Okay, so if you think that Summer wandered off on her own, so Summer wandered off, one. If you think that it was an accident, two. If you think that someone kidnapped her, three. And then if you think that a family member purposely hurt her, four. So if you think Summer wandered off, one. If you think it was an accident, two. If you think she was kidnapped, three. And then if you think it was a family member, four. And let me go back. Grandma and or mom, first not dad, not I can't take it. The swimming. Bad feeling about the mom. Okay. Two, accident, then covered up. Maybe free. Kidnapping, accident. Ooh, Jennifer, parent. Okay. Parent or accident. That is really interesting. If I had to choose, I would probably agree with you guys on the accident and then covered up. All right, let's try this again with another one quickly, because that was fun. Okay, we'll do the Watts case, you guys. Okay. If you believe that Chris Watts acted alone, you use a 1. But wait till I'm done to put it in there, because you might think it's 1 and then, okay, just wait till I'm done. If Chris acted alone, you put a 1. If you think that Nicole Kessinger helped or was there and either helped before or after, that's a 2. If you think that Nicole Kessinger and someone else, I'll put NK and Co, that would be a 3. And then if you think Shanann, like the first confession, 4. So Chris acted alone, that's a 1. Nicole Kessinger was there, 2. Kessinger and Co, 3. Or Shanann, a 4. Two and 3. 3, 2. You're like a true crime nursery school teacher. Oh, Lana, you're not going to answer that one. Criminal imagination. Nicole and Co. Delaney, not 4. He killed his wife, not the girls. I think 4 and 2. Oh, I think NK was there. I'm getting ready to.
Your mac and cheese is not even yellow anymore.
What color is it?
I don't know. It's probably red because of your dress.
I'm gonna get so much hate for that. No, you're not. It's okay. Don't be messing with my food.
My dress.
Take it and go in there, and we'll go get it.
Fine.
If you want to go to the store with me when I'm done, go in there.
Here's your drink.
Okay, thank you. I'll be in there in 5 or 10 minutes. You're not gonna get hate for that. It's okay. If you, no, not here. You're not. Okay. I think most people think that Nicole Kessinger was involved.
It's not.
Oh my good Lord. Lana would say 4, he is innocent, I bet. I agree. Lana, I agree with that one. Alright, go in there. I'll be in there in a second. I need to start locking the door. She's more of a Miss Parker. Okay. I'm trying to think of another one I can. Hearing your little one makes me miss school. I like the way you use your poster boards very quick. Very cute. No, I don't think he is innocent. No one in the house was innocent except the kids. Yeah, there is no hate allowed on my channel at all. If somebody's being hateful, then they have to go. There is way more to it than what happened. I'm trying to think of another one I can do. Okay. We don't know that word here. Ain't that right, Cheryl? Okay. I don't need to write this down. Oh, okay. John Benet Ramsey. That's a good one. Okay, let me ask this quick and then I'll do that one. Do you, not in the true crime community, but do you watch drama channels or read tabloid magazines about celebrity drama? It could be about, well, yeah, we can do YouTube drama, but not specifically just that. Do you watch it or read it? I'm not going to write it down. 1, if you do. 2, if you do, but you don't believe any of it, like you don't take it seriously. Or 3, absolutely not, like no. 1, if you like it. 1, if you enjoy watching all the drama and stuff. 2, if you watch it, but you don't like make much of it. And 3, if you don't watch it. Ooh, Darlie Roudier, that's a great one. 3, you don't. Oh, wow. I don't watch it. 3. I don't even watch TV anymore. 3. 2. I watch like the Real Housewives shows. Parent. So now it's time for y'all's Q&A. I did one. You guys are doing it. 2 and 3. 3, 2, 3. That's a lot of 3s. That's surprising. I don't like, okay, with like the beauty channels, I don't mind some of the drama channels, but it's never like exposing people, talking about accusing people of very serious crimes or or anything that serious or personal for most times, except for that whole James Charles thing. But most of the times when they're doing videos, it's like little silly petty drama. So unless it's a celebrity I like. I remember I told you I never watched YouTube, all those videos from my Denver days, and just live after live, never knew what anyone was saying. Yeah, I think a lot of creators who aren't watching still know what's being said because viewers and mods and different stuff are sending screen recordings. Okay. Here's John Bonet. So, John Bonet, the stuff going on YouTube isn't just drama. No, it's a lot worse. Some of it, is a lot worse. Drama is like what I would call something that doesn't hurt people. Like it's not. Now a lot of the times the things that you're seeing are meant to hurt people and to revenge and stuff like that. Drama is like petty, like, oh, like he shaded, like he subtweeted his ex-friend about his awful outfit or whatever. Like, yeah. Okay, John Bonet. You know what, Incognito Gypsy, this is a thing, and I was thinking about this when all of it was happening, because a lot of my attention was focused on things that it usually wasn't, because I don't watch that stuff. I don't like being involved because I was, and I still am some friends with a lot of the creators, and I don't want to be in the middle of creator drama. But then whenever I was focusing a ton of my time and attention to it, that was attention and time that I was putting in my TikTok, and I don't know. I just think that if we were using that time to help people, we could actually make a difference in the world. Like, I know it sounds corny, but I've said this before, we could actually change the world. And that's what I want to be doing. I mean, I would have talked about that whole situation much sooner if I thought that anyone would listen, or that it wouldn't incite more drama. And let me just say, I do not believe that anyone's health or financial stuff is any of our business. And I don't think that we should be thinking that we know what's going on in situations like that, talking about other people's stuff like that. I think that is just the lowest of the low that you could ever get when you start making fun of and judging people based on financial or medical stuff. I feel like there is really anything you are obliged to address, in my opinion. Well, I know. I said that because some people were kind of asking me to address certain things, and I tried to make the most important things clear, and then of course in that statement and things get twisted and all of that. But then it got to a point where being quiet was not doing anything either. And at least now I feel like my side is out there for what I saw it, and that's all that's all that matters. you know yeah, for sure. Found the juror in the Sheldon case that was Rachel's neighbor. Good. I hope he does get a mistrial. They found him guilty very fast. I was shocked about that. Okay. Anyways, Let's John Bonet. So, one, if you think the parents. Two, if you think Bert. Three, my writing is terrible right here, but that's okay. Three, if you think, yeah, that is wonderful news. I'm glad to hear that. Three, if you think the parent's friend, or four, if you think a stranger. As far as Sheldon, I just can't believe a jury would convict him with no gunshot residue. Just the things around the firearm were really, I mean, Rachel, that was like a hit. You can't, someone who's not used to shooting guns is not going to be able to drive past her and shoot that many times. I just don't see it. I never saw that, and I can't believe that they convicted him. But okay, one for the parents, two for Brother Bert, three for parent's friend, four for a stranger. Two. Ooh, Susie. That's interesting. One or three. Parents or parent's friend. One or two. I personally, on that one, I would have to go with, well, I thought it was Bert for a while because he just acts so freaky. But then, like, then the parents may be covering it up or something, but that notepad makes me believe that the parents were involved, or possibly a friend or someone at the house, but something happening in the family, but I don't know who did it. Brother, parent cover up. Yeah, that's what I thought for a while. Three. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to think of another one. Ooh, Lori Vallow. Okay. Let me think of something. Okay. Okay. I will never move to Colorado. There was an older half brother who, oh wow. That's something really interesting about Colorado, which I think could play a part in why so many crimes happen up there. When I interviewed Robbie, we were talking about the elevation and how that affects people mentally, and I think that could be a big part of it. Okay, so Lori Vallow. I'm gonna do like one more after this, and then I better go. But Lori Vallow, do you believe that she should spend the rest of her life, one, in prison, two, on death row or, being executed, three, in the mental institution, or four, at home or in Hawaii, where she loves to be? So, Lori Vallow, do you believe she should be in prison for life? She should be on death row or executed, mental institution, because, that's a good argument that something's actually wrong with her, or four, in Hawaii. 1-1. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Sandy. Two, death row. Ooh, really, Delaney? Three, if she's claiming crazy, let her see it, but one mostly. Now, I don't know. A part of me believes that Lori Vallow did truly believe like that the kids were zombies and think that she was doing the right thing. But I could be wrong. But she just seems, I've said it before on my channel, she just seems so out of it. And yeah. So let me ask you guys another question. What is something, okay, as viewers on YouTube, is there a limit? Like, what is it that would be something that your favorite creator would do that is just unforgivable and you would not be a supporter anymore? What would it have to be? This has been fun. Super fun. Super, super fun. Bullying, hands down. Do any of you follow? Yes, I actually do. I'm subscribed to their family channel. Then why hide though? But see, because of Chad, Chad, I don't know. I do believe that she was covering up what she was doing. She knew it was wrong. And, if you're insane, you're not covering up what you're doing. But also she had Chad, and I believe that he was money hungry, and he was yeah, exactly. But I'm not saying for sure. That's just a thought that I've had before. Because if you think about her first court dates and stuff, she seemed like just so happy to be there. I'm staying out of this. No, nothing like about any particular creator. I just meant, like, is there a limit? When do you quit supporting someone? You know what I mean? Not about any situations happening now. Just a genuine question. Spend time talking about BS. I like focus and drama free. Lie. A lot of people said lies. That's really interesting. I can't stand fake, right or wrong. Just be real as a character. So happy to be there. she was smiling and all that stuff. I said, what is the limit where you are done supporting like your favorite creator? What do they have to do to push you over the limit? I'm so shocked how many people said lie. Yes, but I have enough hate. That's all right, Jennifer. And let me tell you what, if I see anybody hating on you, I will say something. I don't appreciate it. You are one of the kindest, most genuine people I know. You are loyal to a fault. You work hard, and you're there for the people that you say you're going to be there for. And there is absolutely nothing negative to say about you. And anyone who feels they have something negative to say doesn't know you, but I know you. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you be hateful and bully. The limit. I will. When they sell out and become yes people, when they don't show real receipts. So I guess lie. Yeah, drama does not quit ever. And yes, hateful people makes me feel uncomfortable. Awesome. That'll be great, Nikki. I just hope you get to feeling better. If you lie, once they lie, how can you trust anything? See, Jennifer, that's really surprising though, because I feel like a lot of people lie, but or maybe not lie always, but so I wouldn't consider what I'm thinking of as just lying. I mean, like exaggerating the clickbait, and you know what I mean. That's what I meant. Like, yeah, they act like they got the scoop to get you there. I'll never forget when Sherilyn posted for that live and was like, "Get everybody you know." I was like, "Oh my gosh." Sensationalizing. I'll just shut off and tune out. Okay, well, I'm about to go. Do you guys have any more questions? And I'll try to think if I have any last questions for you guys. What is your, okay, what do you guys want to see me do next? What case or who would you like to see me interview? And then I have one last one after you guys answer that, and I'm ready to go unless you have any questions for me. Oh, thank you, Rose, so much. I appreciate that. Oh, MJ, that's all right. Oh, I miss you, Dylan, so much. I really can't cope with people that claim to stand up for bullies and then bully others. Best to help victims but then victimize others. I could go on, but I won't. All right, Angie, thank you for everything. I'm still sending you something soon. I just hadn't got paid yet, but I will be as soon as I do. One of my limits would certainly be like stealing content or copying ideas. That bothers me bad. And I've actually had some of my ideas copied, but mainly from TikToks and stuff. And people who I know watch my TikToks, they comment on them and then they go and do a video or TikTok on the same exact thing, title at the same, point out the same. Like, that bothers me. I can't take that. Don't copy me. Come up with your own stuff. I got to come up with my own stuff. So yes, who should I interview or what case should I cover? Soon coming up, I am doing a video on Summer. I am doing a video with Melissa Jade. The interview with her. I am doing a video on Bianca Devins. Two things that are local to them. There is a case that is not far from me, and I did a video on it. Not many people viewed it on TikTok. It got it did good because my videos are not doing good over there, where I haven't been on there for so long. I'm writing that down, Sloan Bella. And oh yeah, I'm wanting to do a cult video with Sandy Beach, so I have that, Bianca Devins, the Summer video, and the Melissa interview. Ooh, Kennica Jink. I can't say her name, but I know you're talking about. That's the one that was in the freezer, right? Okay, so let me write this down. We could go through that case. That would be interesting. Alexis Sharkey, I will tell you guys, I've been trying. I've reached out to the police department. I've reached out to her ex-husband. I've been trying to come up with some kind of updates, but I have not posted anything because I've not gotten answered yet. And sometimes they don't answer. Sometimes they do. Don Wells, I messaged him and asked him for an interview. He has not wrote me back, but we are friends on Facebook. Ooh, an old-time case like Black Dahlia. That's interesting. That is just like, that case just gives me the creeps even just thinking about it. I don't know, something about it. I've never watched Sloan Bella. Maybe I have seen a Watts video from them. Oh, what I was going to say about local. So there was a baby who's missing. And, okay, she was born. She's 4 months old. She was about 3 when she went missing. She was born on drugs, Mom lost custody. CPS let the dad take the baby. It's not the biological father, just the dad on the birth certificate. He takes the baby and has her for a couple months. Then CPS comes to check on her, and he tells CPS that he gave the baby to CPS 2 weeks prior or a week prior. And now they're searching his property. They were looking in a pond last week. So that case is kind of local, and I've thought about trying to like go and talk to people in person. I know one thing I'm going to be doing for sure is going around. I'm taking my addiction series on the road. I still have more I want to do here because there's a lot of things I want to work through with you guys as far as regret, remorse, like, righting your wrongs, which is big and important when you're in recovery, to admit when you're wrong and make that right. So I want to go through a lot of those things, but I also want to go on the road and talking to people who are living it right now. I think that would be interesting. My town has been destroyed by it. So yeah. Found in the freezer. Crown Plaza Hotel. I'm not right there. Yes, I've watched some about that. Everyone have a good night. Gotta run. Thank you, Allie. Bye, Cheryl. Love you. I like to see people get attention who haven't had much. Me too. And the awful thing about that is like, now it's not a reason to not cover these cases. I will always cover them. But, the ones that need the most attention are just don't get viewed. My video on, well, a couple of them, but a couple of my videos that are really important haven't been viewed very well. Let me see. There is. My brain's not working very good right now. I'm getting street tacos right now. That sounds good. The Isdale woman is a timeless mystery. I've never heard of that. Let me see. Where's that? You guys, okay. I'm pulling up my YouTube channel. So, my video on get to it. My video on Kendrick Johnson, which is a video that I put a ton of time into. I really pieced together from start to finish when he went missing to the end. I show photos. I show confessions that have happened and different things like that, and cover-ups even from like cover-ups of those confessions. This young man was murdered. No one is even, they're not even calling it a murder. They said they've reopened the investigation, but we still haven't heard anything. And it has 700 views. Okay. Right underneath that, Cheryl and Cadle with Mexi and Just Larry is at 11,000. No offense, because I absolutely loved, doing that video and all of those videos, but that's crazy. I mean, the video with Kendrick Johnson is so important, and it's not getting any views. I mean, this is a case that is actively, there's no one being held accountable for what happened to this young man. And, it's hard because you cannot get people to see him. I do a lot of my TikToks on here, like James Hutchinson, this little boy. Let's see. I'm not going to waste the bread. Let me show you the. Hold on. This is the one that was yeah. Okay, so he's a 6-year-old little boy. His mom's boyfriend was sick and tired of I don't think there's any music on that, is there? No. Okay. Oh, that was an update. Shoot. The original one might have music. So 6-year-old little boy, mom's boyfriend is sick and tired of him. So mom literally, at one point, they hog tie him, his brothers and sisters, stuff their mouths, and they're going to do whatever with him, right? They don't do it. After that, they take him in the mom puts her kids in the middle of the in the car in the middle of the night, drives an hour away, gets them out of the car, and her 6-year-old little boy is so scared and doesn't want to be left that right before she drives off, he reaches out to the car and she runs over him and kills him and don't even turn around. She just drives off, leaves him there with his brothers. I don't remember if it was a brother and sister or with his siblings, and comes back an hour later and throws him in the river and then gets the kids. Now, that video has like 300 views. The Watts videos, that one had 11,000, they get thousands. And then the videos like that, they get none. And that is just so devastating. I won't stop making those videos for the cases who are not being talked about because, I just won't. That's the whole reason I'm here. But I think that you have to find unique ways to tie it together with things that are hot topics that people want to hear about. I know it is horrible. It's one of the worst. I don't even think he's ever been found. He's been thrown in the Ohio River. So let me go back. I had one more question for you guys. My question is, you would like to address mental health issues and the lack of help for patients. All right. We can do that. If you want to come on panel, we can do it that way. Or I can do a live about it and let people talk. Okay. My mother was a recovery. Oh, wow. That is awesome, Ginger Treasure. Wow, I remember maybe one of your first Kendrick Johnson videos, and that case is maddening. I know. That case is just like, oh. I've reached out to his mom. Well, I tried. She has her TikTok closed, so I couldn't message her, but I've commented on her videos, and I haven't got a response yet. Okay, so the last video I have, okay, Jennifer, that would be great. Everybody either has mental health issues or, well, I don't know actually, because I had someone ask me recently what anxiety was, what it felt like, and they've never been through anything like that. But I would say like 90% of people either suffer from some kind of mental health disorder or some kind of personality disorder, something. Most people deal with depression or some form of anxiety, if not something a little bigger. But okay, so the last question I have for you guys is, this has been 2 hours and 30 minutes. Oh my gosh, this is so long. Or know someone. Absolutely, Sandy Beach. The last question I have is, what would you want me to do? Mental health system is broken and CPS too. Yes, they are. What would you want me to do to make my channel better, or how can I improve my channel or my live chats? Now, this is an exercise for me because remember, I told y'all, being able to handle constructive criticism is like one of the biggest things, and it is so hard. So I'm going to try really hard. My husband doesn't have anxiety at all. I have it too, really bad. I really do. And I will never live a life with like Xanax and benzos just because of my addiction, the problems I've had with that. But oh, Mr. Said, thank you so much. I will do that. Thank you, Ash. Be nicer. I will take you out. I love you guys. Yeah. Woofy, where'd you go? What can I do to better yeah, be gentle with me, but be honest, okay? I can handle it. I think your channel is perfect just the way it is. Thank you. Just keep doing what you're doing. Oh, thank you so much, Christy. Thank you, Elizabeth. All right, for real. Somebody come on, tell me some constructive criticism. I promise I won't cry till I get off the live stream. No, I'm just kidding. I've got to change my background. My other one, it looks like neon lights and it says good vibes only. But I think it's a bit shorter, so it'll be lower. But you guys won't be able to tell. Jump into conversations and interrupt people. I want your views, not a time hog going on. Allie. Jump into I'm kind of confused right there of what you mean there. Thank you, MJ. I have anxiety and depression. I struggle majorly with anxiety. And you know what? I don't think benzos ever really cured it. I think they just they made me reckless and made me not care very much. But I still had a lot of anxiety. I don't know. Thank you, Ginger. Oh, Mr. Seth. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Autumn. Make sure people don't. Oh, okay. Benzos, yeah. I went through hell with those. I had seizures and stuff. My friend actually passed away from withdrawal. They are extremely hard. And then after I quit, so when I got pregnant, I had to quit. That was the only option. But again, and oh, that's okay. I didn't take any offense to that at all. But anyways, so after I quit, I dealt with a year of feeling like a damn zombie or something. Like I just an alien or I don't know. I just did not feel good at all, and I didn't have many friends. I didn't have much communication with anybody. So I got you. Yeah. So the rebound anxiety and all that, it's really tough. And then I've struggled with trying to find something natural that would help. So I will say I've tried many things. Ashwagandha is one of the best natural things I've found, which almost instantly, oh yeah, there's a time and a place for them, Jennifer, especially if you're a person that, see, not for me, there's not. Because I can't control myself. I'll take them all in 2 weeks and be sick for 2 weeks and blah, 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 and they'll be buying them on the street and everything else. There is a time and a place for people who don't do that and for people who are at the end of their life or whatever. If it's not there's not a time or a place in my life, but I would never judge someone who needed it. Just like I said the other day when we were talking about methadone as an option for withdrawal, I wouldn't go take it. But some people, it's literally that or heroin, and they don't want to stop and they don't want to do Suboxone or Subutex. So we can't judge other people for that. We only know what's good for us. But let me say, um, well, Mr. Seth, nice to meet you. Ashwagandha is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful natural supplement for anxiety. That's one of the only ones that I took that I could feel within 30 minutes relax. Because I went from, Xanax, a lot of these natural supplements you don't feel if you feel at all, or it takes a while. If you feel at all, it takes a while before you do. So ashwagandha has a pretty direct effect. there's a lot of teas from Celestial Seasonings. Tension Tamer is a great one, which has a lot of stuff like that in it. Passion flower is pretty good. And then let me think of what else. Kratom is good for opiate withdrawal or pain, but it also can help anxiety. And I did get some relief from that at times. And I have some, but I don't like taking anything all the time. It's been probably a year or two since I've taken it. Valerian, I've taken that. Well, what I took with that in it was like a multi. So I don't know about that on its own, valerian roots. And then recently, I tried Phenoboot, which is created in Russia. I covered a case about a YouTuber from Russia on my TikTok who put his girlfriend outside in sub-zero temperatures and she died. It was like his show was about torture. So he was torturing her in different ways and his audience was tipping him for it because they liked that. But anyways, so I covered that case with him and I started talking to a girl from over there who reached out to me and she was telling me about Phenoboot. Now that you have to have prescription for it in Russia, but from here you can get it from a lot of websites that sell kratom and different natural remedies. It is not natural though. It is lab created. I'm pretty sure always. But anyways, I've tried it. It works some. The dosage is odd. The other day I took some, I had a live that day. I think it was my addiction live. And when I left, when I got done with my live, I left. I went to the store. On the way back, I was not feeling good. I was having to hold one eye open to drive. Couldn't see. Everything was like kind of blurring together. I got home and I was throwing up and stuff. And I believe I got that dosage wrong. Plus, I hadn't ate. But I think that there is some hope with that too. So if you guys need any natural remedies, yes, definitely talk to your doctor before you take anything, especially if you're on medication. If you're not on medication, you should still talk to him. I personally didn't do that every time, but I always talk to my dad, who is a chemist and has a degree in nutrition. I know people think it's not. All right. Well, I'm pretty much done. Ashwagandha. So it's ASHWAGANDA. Yeah, that is a real. I recommend that so much. I actually need to get some more. I've went through like 2 bottles of it in the last 2 years. I go where I feel safe. Oh, MJ. Nobody will mess with you on my channel. I promise you that, or they will be blocked, booted, muted, and booted. Nobody will mess with any of you guys on here. That's just the way it is. This is a safe place where we get to come together and talk about really important stuff. And I think that I'm not dealing with the bullying. And I've said this once, and I will say it again. And then I'm going to go. I am not okay with using medical information, financial information, or any of that against other people. I don't believe that it's relevant or we will ever have the full story on any of the strangers that we don't know, and I don't believe it's our business. And I would hope that I can encourage you guys to think about that before you judge situations and scenarios. So that is it. Yes, ashwagandha, awesome. Let me know if you get some. And then, I'm not joking, I will take out haters. Woofy. Glad you're back. All right. I better go. I had so much fun with this. Thank you, Mr. Seth. Yeah, and I'll see you guys in a few days. I am doing an interview with Melissa. And then I have the Summer Wells video. I have a video with Sandy Beach about cults. And I'll have a new addiction video coming up. And yeah, I'm a crazy Cuban. I got your back. Well, awesome, Ray. And that is so cool. I am part Hispanic. My grandfather was from Spain. He's the only one who was not born in Spain. All of his siblings were. They came over on a ship. Yeah, and went and worked in the coal mines in West Virginia. But this was so fun. Yeah, Melissa is on tonight. I hope you guys will go over there and check it out. I will be over there. Yeah, and that is about it. Melissa, I think that I saw your channel linked in the chat. So if you guys need a link, go over there and check her out. I love you guys so much. I appreciate all of the kind words. I had fun just sitting here BSing about random stuff and food and all that, and like then I got to question you guys, and that was so fun. So thank you for that. Yeah, thank you for everything. Yeah, the coal mines, that's here in West Virginia. And back then they were huge. And they moved to a little coal town, and my aunt had like a Spanish restaurant and stuff. It was pretty cool. But okay, I'll talk to you guys soon. I hope you have the best night ever. Remember, be nice to each other. If you see someone's going through a hard time, be there for them. Send someone a nice message, and let's try to like make it a place that feels safer and more inviting for everybody. But all right, I'll see y'all later. Bye.